Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this is a new piece that I did not too long ago. It's just me as I don't know, I guess I would call this pastel goth, but not really. It's usually just how I don't know, how I dress, I guess. So this is another gouache and watercolor illustration. Actually, I use some acrylic and some markers and a bunch of different mediums with this. Usually when I add any type of sparkle or gold or silver, it's nail polish. So nail polish is a part of this piece too. So yeah, I hope you all enjoy, because I had a rough time doing this one. I don't know why, but everything was just going wrong. I didn't like the way that the skin looked, and the skin was like majority of the piece. So yeah, so I hope you all just bear with me on this one, because it was a mess. So here's where things got a little complicated for me, because I forgot that the gouache, the darker colors dry lighter and the lighter colors dry darker. So everything was backwards when I did her skin. So I had to like really, really, really work on this one. I had to let it dry overnight, and I probably did the skin probably like 4 times. Like I really overworked this paper. This is the Artist Loft watercolors papers. I think it was cold press is what I got. Next time I probably will get hot press, or I don't know. Maybe I just I might have to find something rougher, so that way I can layer and the colors won't pick up as easily because of the tooth of the paper. So yeah, I might have to venture out and get some better paper. Like it was nothing wrong with this paper. It was just because of the fact that I didn't like her skin, that it just didn't work for me. Like the shoulders and everything were fine, but when it came down to her face and her neck, I was having the hardest time ever getting this done. So I had to step away from this piece a bunch of times. Like when I got frustrated with the hair and everything, like the skin, I don't know, like the hair and the skin were like kicking my butt mentally. So I was like, let me take a break. And that's when I started working on her jacket and, you know, putting everything together. Like the jacket was pretty easy because it was just watercolors. It was the Artist Loft watercolor set. So I used that hot pink magenta color, and I just like kept diluting it so it'll get lighter and lighter to fade up the jacket. I kind of have a jacket like this, but not so much anymore because I added some extra color, so that like in real life I have in real life in real life I have a jean jacket like this, but now it's kind of purpley. This jacket, that little eyeball that you all see, it was from like a previous sketch in my sketchbook. It was like a little doodle, so I just kind of made it a pin. And the bat there is a pin, and the 100% fear is a pin. I always wanted 100% fear pin, but I can't find it anywhere. Like there were a bunch of hot topics at one time, but now I can't find them anywhere. So I guess I will have to just make my own one day. Has anyone else noticed that with the Artist Lost Fundamental palette, like that the colors are always like dry, chalky, and it's really weird. Like I noticed that when I was painting the flowers and I was trying to ink them so they will look more like flowers instead of like little pink cotton balls on my head. So I don't know what was going on with that. I don't know if it was just me, like I'm not using enough water, or I just got a bad palette or something. Like, just let me know if that happens to anyone else with this palette. So this is where the other mediums come into play. I told you guys that I used like a bunch of different mediums for this piece. This is some brush pens that I got from Michael's, because the Michael's by my house doesn't have a watercolor brush pen at all. So I just took whatever was the lightest color from this set of brush pens, and it was orange. Like the orange wasn't really, it wasn't opaque at all. So I just took the nib from that and filled it up with water. So now I have me a brush pen. Yeah, it was like really easy to do. So let me know if you all want to see a tutorial on how to do that if your Michaels doesn't have a watercolor brush pen either. So yeah, when I was coloring her hair, I was trying to make it um like mine. I have dark roots and, you know, blonde hair really. So it's like a really weird transition from the black to blonde. It's browns in it. It's a little brassy when it comes to the root, and then it just fades out into this maybe strawberry blonde and then honey blonde color. Like it's I have weird hair color, like you all, like it's so weird. My hair color is really weird, but I love it. So this is like when I got really, really frustrated with the hair. I went over it so many times with this freaking gouache because it started to crack, and then I don't know, like I try to make sure that I use really thin layers and try to blend it like how I usually blend out hair, but I don't know what was going on this time. This is why I don't ever draw some sort of background because I really don't do backgrounds to my pictures. So I just did like a purple block. It's really nothing fancy. With a light wash in gouache. It was kind of streaky, so I just let it dry and do its thing, and it evened out pretty well. So I started to detail, and I wanted to try more of that marker on different parts instead of just hair. That's usually what I use the brush markers for. So now I'm using it for something else. I actually use it to detail the eyeliner and the jacket, and also the darker parts of the background. So yeah, it was pretty nice. I like the ink on it. Obviously it doesn't dry to, stick to the paper that well when you're working with watercolor. So it moved around a bunch when I added water to it. So yeah. And this is where the acrylic came in. Since my gel pen wasn't really working much, like for some reason it wasn't opaque, so I decided to just add all my highlights and stuff with some white acrylic that I had. I believe that it's the Simply brand that you get from Walmart too. That was the white acrylic. That's like the only acrylic that I have that I can think of is the Simply brand. So that's pretty much all that I use for my acrylic. I just wanted my lips and my eyes to look a little bit more glossier, so I just went in with that white acrylic for that, and also used the white acrylic with the brush marker for the background. I just thought that it made it pop a little bit more. So yeah, I hope you all enjoy the video. That's the finished piece.